This is a very cute new moon in Cancer. I'm gonna be manifesting the shit out of this new moon, so I like it. This is rare. I'm showing up with positive news. If you're excited to learn about why I'm excited about this new moon in Cancer, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can always stay up to date with what the stars have in store for you. Firstly, we're going to get into the overall vibe of this new moon in Cancer, then explain the relevant country prediction charts. Filming this favorite new moon of the year in my favorite city feels right. It feels very cute, especially because I'm on my moon line right now. Haha. Astrocartography joke. If you have not already seen your July forecast for your rising sign, those will be out to see what is coming up after this for your sign. And I do mention this in the June forecast for all the signs, how this is showing up for you. But at this point, might want to watch July. This new moon is taking place on June 29th, 2022 at 6:52 a.m. Dubai time, which will be a day before on June 28th for Eastern time and the US in general. The sun and the moon are at 7 degrees of Cancer, the moon's home sign, and planets are strongest, most comfortable, and generally most able to be constructive when they are in their own sign, so I love to see that the moon is in its own sign for this new moon. Okay, take a shot every time I say moon. This part of Cancer, the first decan or the first third part of Cancer, is associated with the Two of Cups tarot card. I love this card. It's called the Lord of Love. It has co-rulership from Venus in this part of Cancer. And you'll notice on this card there's two figures. They have crowns of flowers. They're holding cups, and it shows the beauty that comes from combining emotional trust with someone. This is like honeymoon, puppy love. It's untroubled by the reality of spending a lot of time with someone, frankly. That's what I think about is like, oh, you have a crush, you like someone. What is the glaze rather than underneath? This is a useful card because when it comes up or this decan of the sky is activated, it usually shows that the outcome is a very nice, emotional, lighthearted crush energy. If this card or this decan shows up when I'm trying to answer a question, like with horary astrology or pulling tarot cards, I'm like, cute, lovey-dovey, not too intense, not too deep. It's lighthearted and a really nice melding of energies. This new moon is exactly square Jupiter at 7 degrees of Aries. So the sun and the moon are at 7 degrees of Cancer, and 90 degrees before that, Jupiter is in Aries. When Jupiter is in a 90-degree position before something, so in the square position earlier in zodiacal order, it is said to be bonifying or blessing, making for a very, very optimistic outcome for whatever it is impacting. So Jupiter is in 90-degree angle, it is upon the 10th or squaring this new moon in Cancer, exactly by degree, which is very exciting. We have benevolence on our side. We are likely being helped out by an external sugar daddy. I was going to say third party, but the sugar daddy energy kind of works out. Now, this new moon is in a sign-based square from Mars, but Mars is so far late in Aries that the degrees are not close, and I am not too concerned. Although the Mars-Pluto square is pretty tight, which shows an undercurrent of manipulation, paranoia, and not being upfront with our actions and trying to control the situation behind the scenes. So I would be aware of picking your battles wisely and trying to be as direct and honest about what your intentions are, because when there's complicated motives, I find that literally stating my intention for this is this helps clarify that a lot. I also like that Jupiter is sextile to Venus at 7 degrees of Gemini. Sextiles are aspects of opportunity. They're not the most positive aspect. They take a little bit of work to happen. But Venus and Jupiter together are the two good guys. Venus-Jupiter sextile is like you have an opportunity to show what your values are truly with this abundance that's coming your way. You're getting abundance helping you out. You're able to show your values and taking and accepting that offer. And it is interesting, I will note, that this new moon is exactly conjunct or within a degree of Lilith. Lilith is an asteroid that represents wild femininity, untamed urges. It's not crazy in the sense of violence or rebellion. It's more of, this is me doing my natural thing. If you have an issue with it, that's on you. It's kind of when I think of like women's cycles, or women behave in a way that sometimes is very much cyclical with nature, more emotional around periods, more expressive and kind of like flirty around ovulation. Like these things are, you can't impede on that or try to make us change in a way. That is a natural cycle. So similarly, this is a new beginning of like, I cannot change the drama or the emotional tides coming with this, accept me. I do love that there's a square from Jupiter though, because it shows a helpful third party or sugar daddy. which if you're out there and want to help me afford Dubai, not that I need it, I mean, I'm fine, but any people think I'm out here being flown out by a sheikh or some shit. I haven't met a sheikh. I've met very few Emiratis. I've never been hit on, never been on a date in this city. So if you want to help out with that, actually, I'm just kidding. I absolutely don't want unsolicited. It's never solicited. I'm fine alone. Can't think of a worse thing, actually, than feeling indebted to a guy, which I don't. Yeah, just a weird tangent. But if you already know what house Cancer is in your chart, and you want to talk about where this is in your chart, and, explain word vomit down below, I would love to hear where this is for you. Now, in the chart of the US, this moon is right on its natal Venus and moon and near its natal Sun and Mercury in the 8th house of the market. Having a new moon so close to Venus and the moon, which are two indications of giving, or Venus is an indication of giving or value, and the moon often representing the people, I could see this being a new financial beginning of a lot of giving, some type of spending initiative thing. I wonder if it... Immediately my mind goes to student loans. I don't see a 9th house configuration, so I don't think that's... it looks like a major economic giving. Mars is also squaring its natal Mercury in Cancer, so there could be harsh backlash, which would make sense if it is a spending bill or anything that is a financial decision that's partisan. Venus is right on the US's natal Uranus, suddenness, in the Gemini 7th house. So suddenly, this is sudden, this is a sudden party move, and with Mercury on Mars in the 7th, there's likely fighting or disagreement, and there's a partisan divide over this spending decision. Biden has this not as active in his chart. Venus is on his descendant in Saturn, showing a partnership or ally with someone serious or well-respected or older. The new moon is in his 8th house as well, and its sextile his 8th house ruler, the moon. And with Jupiter trine his natal Pluto in the 9th, this could be an international spending initiative in partnership with another leader that is, a financial new beginning in his life as well for his decision. For Putin, this is not the most active. Mars is trining his natal Mars, which is generally helpful. Mercury is near his lot of fortune in the 8th house of the economy. It's trine his natal Venus, loosely 4-degree orb. It's not the most active. It looks generally helpful in a slight way, but it's not, super helpful either way. For Russia, this is near its natal south node in the 12th house. New beginning of something that is letting go or a release. It might be a new initiative that involves a significant disconnection from another foreign party that's a hindrance, they disconnect from another country or another party. Isolation measure. The 12th house is isolation, so a new beginning that is an isolation measure or more internal. In Zelensky's chart, Mercury is right on his ascendant, so I expect an announcement or something news-wise that he is literally announcing himself. In his 2nd house of finances, with Mars sextile his natal Jupiter in the 1st, and Jupiter right on his natal south node. So still lack of follow through from an alliance, but I think that it looks like a positive new initiative for him that involves finances, and it could be that the US is offering some financial help, or general parties are helping Ukraine out. In Ukraine's chart, Mars is trine Ukraine's Mercury, strong words. Mars is in their 4th house trining Mercury in the 8th, so it could be, homeland. It looks economic. It's in the 7th house of partnerships, so I think there could be an alliance helping out financially here. But like I noted, it looked like there were some positive things for Putin as well. So, and with the isolation part of Russia's chart, I think that could be they are keeping some financial things inward, some resources, etc. And it's a new beginning that, both sides, it actually plays pretty positively into a lot of these charts. For Bitcoin, new moons are usually local tops. We pump into new moons and dump out. Pivot up, then pivot down, this way. This is opposing Bitcoin's natal Mars, which is challenging. Jupiter is also squaring Mars, which is helpful. So it's very mixed and likely very volatile. Probably local top, we pump into and dump out. For ETH, this is trine Ethereum's natal Neptune, and with Mars squaring ETH's Mars, that is really rough. So there's a mixed bag here as well. Pump into, dump out of most likely. So if you enjoy this, please do let me know down below. Do all of the things like hitting the like and subscribe and the notification buttons and all of it. It does help me, so I like to mention it. We'll look forward to hearing about how this new moon goes for all of you. Come back and update me. I love this new moon, so I will be using the shit out of it, as I said, and I will see you in the next one.
There is one